What's going on, Solo Fuego? Welcome to the podcast for week 17. I'm here with Ralph and our special guest, Miguel. How you guys doing?
Doing A-okay.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys.
All right, Merry Christmas to you
Did
guys.
get-
Thank you
did
for
guys
the
get-
invite.
Did you guys get your gifts for Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What was the special gift for you this Christmas?
Mine was a CJ Stroud jersey.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
that was awesome. I should have wore it today, but
No, the Bengals.
the Bengals yesterday, we'll get to it, was great.
We'll
Great
get to
game.
detail on
We'll
that.
get to that later, yeah. Welcome in, guys. Welcome back. I know it's been a minute. We always say that, but we're back. We're here. A couple things we want to talk about today. We're going to talk about some college playoffs. We're going to talk Week 17 and NFL playoffs. All right, so let's get right into it. College football starts on Tuesday, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. I'm ready to go. My Buckeyes are still alive. We're in it. We have really important games. We have Texas against Arizona State, Ohio State against Oregon, Penn State against Boise State, and Notre Dame against Georgia. Let's start off with game number 1, which is Penn State against Boise State. So Penn State's minus 11.5, right? So they're saying it's going to be a blowout game, easy game for Penn State, which, I don't know, Boise State's offense looks really good.
I mean, honestly, Boise State looked actually pretty good. They're number 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be actually a blowout. I think it can be a pretty close spread. So I don't know. I think that's going to be the most interesting game out of all of them.
I agree. I disagree. I think Ohio State's going to be the most interesting game. Not because I'm a fan, but because of how good these two teams are. But I think Penn State gets the win. That defense is just elite. It's awesome. They're unstoppable as far as defense. Offense is a little iffy. That's where I can see them kind of struggling. And with that explosive Boise State offense, I want to see what they do with Ashton Gianti, covering the running game. And then on Wednesday, New Year's Day, we have Texas against Arizona State.
That's my guys right there.
There's your boys. It should be. I feel like it should be a blowout. Is what they're expecting here. Minus 12.5. But
Yeah,
Arizona is a low key, a Cinderella story over here, man.
I mean, Arizona has won their last 5 games they've played. So, yeah, they're coming like a nice Cinderella happening over here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're playing against Texas.
Yeah.
And Texas is no joke this year, honestly. Texas is looked like they want to take it all the way to the finals this year.
And they can. They really can.
They really can.
As far as Texas and Penn State go, I think they're going to be blowouts. I think that's just the nature of college football, is just complete domination. So for Penn State, I'm going to go with Penn State. I think they're going to blow out Boise. And then I think despite Arizona's run, I think Texas is going to take it home.
Comes to an end right here.
It's going to end right there. I'm going to have to agree. I think Ohio. I don't think Ohio and Oregon's the most anticipated. I like Notre Dame and Georgia.
Nah, I hate that game.
I like that game.
I hate
I
it.
think that game is going to be interesting, and I agree with him.
Let's go back to Ohio State. Then we'll get to Georgia since the last game. So Ohio State and Oregon, right? You know what I love about this game is Oregon got the first round bye, right? Being number 1 and all. Imagine your first game is against Ohio State. You don't get Arizona State. You don't get Boise. You get Ohio State as your first game in this. It's an elimination game already. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a real deal to them. We lost by 1 point in the regular season.
Yeah, I remember that game. That game was so crazy, but I don't see it turning out the same. I'm rooting for Ohio State as well. I am rooting for Ohio State, but I think it's going to be one-sided. I really do.
Yeah, I honestly think Ohio State takes this game. Get the revenge from the in the season game. They looked amazing against Tennessee last week.
They
God. Looked unstoppable, and Tennessee's a good team. They've been good all season. So it was to blow them out was just shows how strong we are as a team, and I think we're going to advance to play Texas.
Yeah, that was a humiliation.
Yeah,
it's going to be a great Big Ten match.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to get drunk on New Year's. And then last game, which again I'm not excited for this game. One, I'm not a Georgia fan, so Notre Dame against Georgia. Georgia is favored by 1.5. Now Carson Beck is out. Their starting quarterback is out for the rest of the playoffs. So I think this game is the upset. Notre Dame's going to take this game.
Still tight. Still looks tight though.
It's tight, and we know Georgia's good. They know how to play in these games. They've obviously been here before, but Notre Dame looks a lot better on paper right now as far as this Georgia offense.
Well, when you're talking about Georgia, you're talking about a team like in the last, you're going to talk 5 years maybe?
Exactly. Yeah.
Managing college football like everyone else.
Exactly, yep.
Teenagers or something like that. So they're always going to be in that conversation. They're always going to be there. Even if their main quarterback is out, they still number 2. They still 11-2. They had a couple. They had a couple flaws in the last 5 games against Ole Miss, I think.
Yeah,
But besides that, every game that they had, even with Texas, I mean,
they still came out on
they
top.
still came out on top.
Yeah, so I'm
I
gonna.
remember that Texas Georgia game, and I'm still pissed about it.
Yeah, that game was interesting, but I have Notre Dame. That's my upset. Is Notre Dame. So I have Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, and Texas.
I like that. I like that.
I think that's my final, and then the final is gonna be. I'm gonna go with Ohio State and Penn State final.
A Big Ten.
That's a
huh?
Big Ten final. I like that.
On my side, I think I'm gonna stick with Georgia, Penn State, Oregon, and Texas.
Damn.
Let's stick with
I think there's gonna be no upsets until the semifinals.
really
Yeah, honestly.
Ralph, what
probably
you got?
like probably Notre Dame and probably I see Notre. I'm honestly I think if we're talking Cinderella stories, I think maybe Notre Dame
Yeah.
go to the final. Probably probably Notre Dame and Ohio then.
Damn.
Probably Notre Dame.
That'd be a fun championship.
I see it.
All right. So yeah, that starts on Tuesday night, New Year's Eve. First game is gonna be, like I said, Penn State, Boise State. Let's get it. Let's see what happens. All right, now week 17. This is one of the crucial weeks of football for us
For a lot of
as
teams.
fans, for a lot of teams, and so far it's been exciting. Let's start off with Christmas Day games. We had the Chiefs and
Did anyone see that game?
what game? Just kidding. It was Chiefs against the Steelers. I did not watch. I snoozed that game. I didn't care for either team. I was hoping the Steelers won for the sake of my Bengals, but dominated this game easily. They got their pieces back. The Chiefs look healthy.
Yeah, and this is when it becomes dangerous for a lot of teams. When the Chiefs are healthy, you're looking at a team that is 15-1 today. How do you see them not getting to the Super Bowl?
Right.
Like, who's gonna get in the middle of them to not make it to the Super Bowl when they have a team that, even with that many injuries they had, they still managed to make a 15-1 because their coaching team is so good that nobody's been able to step a foot on them.
Yeah.
Besides,
No, I agree with you. The Chiefs, they've done this before. They're going for the third one, right? They know how to win games. They know how to win important games. Coach is awesome. How do we stop the Chiefs?
there's nothing they can do. I mean, you have a Travis Kelce that today is 35 years old and he can still
Oh, he had a
easily
game.
run.
He had a game.
He can still easily run for 84 yards and throw a touchdown out.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. There's only one man that can stop Patrick Mahomes, and he might make the playoffs.
Joe Burrow in the Bengals. Maybe.
Dude, this-
We'll get to that. Okay. So then we had the Ravens and Texans. Now, I was excited for this game. Only I thought it was going to be a funner game to watch. You know,
I agree.
blowout, 31-2. It was horrible offense on the Texan side of the ball. Again, they have all these injuries, but they couldn't move the ball. They couldn't do shit. You know, so it was a game that I turned off at halftime when it was already a blowout.
Yeah, because even I'm pretty sure Rafa is gonna agree on this. Even when I saw that safety happening,
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna be a fun game to watch.
Mm.
And all of a sudden it just became another blowout.
Yep.
another
Now,
blowout. Yeah.
does this game, what do you guys think as far as Lamar's race for MVP?
This run for the MVP for somebody like Lamar Jackson having the same competition against Saquon Barkley, that's what a conversation that we had a couple days ago too. I mean, he can still. I mean, he's a very strong character for the MVP. But I mean, had the Ravens show, I mean, have they actually show a game where they've been capable of showing that they have the capacity of making a Super Bowl or making it to the Super Bowl and to make like an impressive season? I don't believe so. I mean, when you have people like Joe Burrow that even with how their offensive line and defensive line throwing those type of games like they did this week, I think Lamar Jackson is right now on the third spot for the
He's staying at
MVP.
third.
He's staying at third. I'm
Okay.
still have Saquon Barkley and
Josh Allen on top.
yes.
Yeah, I saw a thing that saying like MVP is the most valuable player, right? It's not the best player on the team. It's the most valuable. Who brings that value to your team? Does Lamar bring all that value to his team? No, because he has all those pieces, right? He has Derek. He has Mark Andrews, Likely, Zay Flowers. Collectively, they are making him look good,
Yes.
right? Josh Allen is Josh Allen. He carries that team. If he was in that team, Bills are 0-16.
Yeah, because I mean, this is a conversation that we had at the beginning of the season. How Josh Allen is going to be capable of carrying a team when he lost so many important pieces for him.
No stars.
No stars. Everyone is very new. Everyone is like, could be in the second, third year or something like that. And he still managed to make very impressive games, especially that game against Detroit.
Oh yeah, 100%. That to me cemented his MVP. He beat the best team in the league, Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I think bouncing off of you guys, Lamar's MVP candidate race, he's having a good year.
Yeah.
He's having a good year,
is.
but I think we're seeing the same we're seeing the same stuff that we see most years in that it's now time to, if he were to be number one, these next few games and the playoffs is where it's at, because obviously this is where things start to count. And that's where a lot of Lamar's shortcomings are from, is during this playoff scene. But I mean, if we're looking at how the Ravens are doing against teams, blew out the Texans, blew out the Steelers, blew out the Giants, if that means anything. They lost to the Eagles.
Yeah,
they just barely beat the Chargers. They just barely beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to see if the Ravens can actually make that next push and really make it to the Super Bowl.
I think, have you guys been kind of watching the last few Bengals games? They're 4-0.
Yeah.
The defense has looked good.
Yeah.
The last 4 games, finally, like something woke up. I don't know if our DC fixed something or had a talk with some, but I think now if the Bengals and Ravens played, the Bengals would come out with a win. It'd still be a great game, tight game, but I think this Bengals defense right now can beat the Ravens.
I don't think they can.
I think they can.
I don't think they can. No, I don't think they can.
No, I don't think.
Let me tell you why. I think the Broncos are a good team.
Yeah,
they're a scrappy team, but the Bengals obviously almost lost them. What a great game! I think Joe Burrow really put them there for the win, and so did the defense. But can you imagine what that defense would look like against Lamar Jackson, against Derrick Henry, 2 MVP candidates on an offense?
Yeah,
right?
I get you.
That's hard. That's really hard. And just when this defense is, just when your defense is starting to get things together, I think this was a great test for your defense against a Broncos team that's good, that's capable, but really isn't going to test your defense so hard. I think, if they want their limits really, really pushed, going against the Ravens is it. So,
yeah.
But I do think you'd have a better chance at winning just because you were so close to winning both games, right?
Yeah.
In the earlier in the season. But I still have faith in the Ravens beating the Bengals. I think the Ravens still. It's just one of those things where, when are the Bengals? It's like the Bears and the Packers.
Yeah.
How are the Bears going to beat the Packers? How are the Bengals going to beat the Ravens?
I got you. All right.
That's my argument.
Just put me down.
Just
put me down.
Honestly,
how can you be put down by whatever I say, dude? Yesterday was so good, bro. It's probably the game of the year.
Game of the year.
Probably, yeah. Honestly, but I was very disappointed about how that guy hit the ball in that field.
Bro. Dude,
I can't believe it. That was the chance for them to follow the script
for
the first time in the season, and he's straight into the pole.
All right, let's get to it. Broncos, Bengals, Saturday night. We're going to skip the Chargers game for now. Broncos, Bengals, 24-30 overtime win. This game was electric, like they say. It was electric. Shootout, points, touchdowns, field goals, everything you could think of. Man, we were together yesterday, and that was exciting. It was a roller coaster of emotions for me.
Very tight.
They'd score, we'd punt. They score, we score, they score. It was just back and forth. You texted me, this game is tight.
This game is tight.
Dude.
I think Broncos have their quarterback. They have their QB
They have their franchise QB.
I think they do.
Yeah, they do.
That cat, bro, Bo Nix saved the Broncos.
Yep.
Saved them in the fourth quarter. 11 seconds left. I thought he was just throwing it away.
The year.
Might be the throw of the year.
It was beautiful.
I thought he just he threw it offsides, whatever. I thought it was done. And then out of nowhere, boom,
Touchdown,
catch.
Bro.
He was 2 defenders on him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, if they tie it up, we're losing in overtime. Like I didn't trust my Bengals at that moment.
Yeah.
Which sorry Bengals, but No, that game was awesome. We go to overtime. We get the ball, and we freaking miss the field goal.
Yeah.
Man.
But that missed in the field goal, it made it great for a great finish.
Yeah, it did.
Because even during the whole game, I was watching. Well, we were watching it since the beginning. We saw how Joey B and Jamar Chase couldn't connect like they regularly do.
First half, yeah.
First half, no, even second half, part of the second half. They could barely connect it at the fourth quarter. Like I saw him when he was seated at the bench. He looked like he was out of confidence. Like he was like, there's something, like he could not connect to what Jamar Chase it really is. And all of a sudden he was like, all right, it's almost the fourth quarter. I need to make something off of it. And then they got some connection. And then on overtime, Jamar Chase looked crazy. He was catching everything Joey was throwing at him. Even if he didn't get a touchdown, which he was close to it even in the first quarter, he actually managed to catch all those important balls at the end for T. Higgins to just make what he is supposed to do, finish his game with Joey B, throwing for more than 400 yards in the game.
400 yards.
I think it's easy. His third game with 400 yards.
No, he's 8 in a row. He's the only quarterback in history now. 8 games consecutively with 250 plus yards and 3 touchdowns. He just passed Tom Brady. Wow. So that's how telling you how great of a quarterback he is. He has been this year.
All right, for somebody that is a Patriots fan like me, I'm not mad because I really appreciate the game that Joey B throws out.
He's playing elite level football
over Patrick Mahomes every single day,
every year.
Yeah, that was elite. I didn't lose faith in the Bengals only because of Joe Burrow. Yeah. I was like, he's gonna make something happen because he's just that type of. He's that
guy.
He's that guy. He can make stuff happen. I was a little bit shocked about the Broncos offense kind of slowing down in overtime.
Yeah.
Not catching the balls, not moving forward. I was like, is the Broncos offense a little weak right now, or are Bengals playing their heart outs?
On defense, their heart outs, to be honest, because they couldn't get a first down.
Yeah.
It was 3 outs, and then we had the chance to make the field goal to win the game. They didn't trust him in that last
Another
field goal.
thing is, Joe Burrow got sacked 8 times. Yeah. 8 times, and a lot of those were towards the end of the game. Yeah. And I was like, bro, how is this guy going to make something happen? I know I have faith in him, but like this guy's being sacked, 3rd and 14, then, boom, boom, boom.
Dart.
First down out of nowhere.
Shout out to T. Higgins, 3 touchdowns. He was questionable this game.
Oh, my God.
He came to play.
Oh, my God. What a game.
We were talking about this before the game started because we were like, we feel like the offense is going to be damaged today if T. Higgins is questionable because then they're going to double cover Jamar Chase the whole game. So we were like, how are the Bengals going to do it? Then all of a sudden, Higgins stand up. He made it. And with both of them in the field, it's very difficult. You're going to have to choose who you're going to defend, T. Higgins or Jamar Chase. Yep. What's your option? What you want to go?
And T. Higgins one-on-one, he's unstoppable. He's long, he's tall,
He's like a Derek. He's like the Derrick Henry of the wide receivers.
Yeah, basically.
Also, Chase Brown went down. I just want to say Khalil Herbert did great. You're welcome. You're welcome for Khalil Herbert because he used to be a Bear.
Yeah,
we traded him over to your Bengals.
What a game! Chargers blew out the Patriots. That's no brainer. 40-7. They nailed they clinched their playoff spot.
40-7, Jesus.
And then Rams and Cardinals.
The most turnovers ever.
Cardinals and Rams, we got a 13-9. Close game, very boring game, very low scoring. Shout out to James Conner. I'm about to lose my fantasy. He got 2 points for me. He's out.
Oh, dude. Oh, my
I think I'm done with fantasy this year.
Yeah, I'm done too. I had the Steelers defense, -2.
No, it's over.
Wow.
-2.
That's fun. Right. And just to give a couple details on the Rams and Cardinals games, it was a very boring game, but at the end, it actually came up to be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, how can you have a boring game when you have a Kyler Murray that is throwing 321 yards in one game? Even for 1 touchdown, he was a little hectic a couple times, but I mean, you have 2 nice wide receivers. You have probably 2 of the best wide receivers with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that was pretty difficult for the Cardinals to hold apart.
Yeah, Cardinals, they're an average team. They're not going to be, your 10-7 guys. They're average Joes. They're a good team. They're going to be fun to watch. Marvin Harrison's fun to watch. Kyler Murray is fun to watch sometimes, not all the time, but yeah, that's it. They're done with the playoffs, eliminated officially.
Yep. They still had a chance last week. They
R.I.P.
They gave it away, so
All right,
There's
so
nothing they can do.
let's do playoff picture. All right, so AFC, there's one spot left, the 7th seed, right? So we got the Chiefs, the Bills, Ravens, Texans, Steelers, and Chargers all clinched in that order, 1 through 6. Now in the hunt, we have the Broncos at 7th seed currently, and then on the bubble we have the Bengals, the Colts, and the Dolphins, with each of them having less than 25% to make it. Now, what has to happen for the Broncos? Just need to win this last game. They clinch. 10-7, they're clinched. Bengals need to win their last game. Broncos need to lose, and they need the Colts and Dolphins to lose one more game. So this 7th seed is 64% chance for the Broncos, 11% chance for the Bengals. What do you guys think is going to happen?
I think the Broncos are going to go to the playoffs.
Okay, let me go.
Honestly, it's a very tough take, but I think the Bengals have a very difficult path to make it to the playoffs. Because it's not about only thinking what the Broncos have to do, the other things that need to happen for you to guys make it to the playoffs. Like just to give you an example, the Colts are playing the Giants this week 17. And then I don't know specifically who they're playing the week after that.
I think
They're playing
Jags, right?
They're playing the Jags.
Yeah.
They're playing the Jags. And I mean the Colts can beat both teams
Easily.
So it's gonna be
that is
I mean, I cannot see the Colts losing against the Giants. It could be a tough take against Jacksonville because Jacksonville can throw you a good game every once in a while.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
No, and I agree with you, but I can see Indianapolis taking both games, and that's gonna make a very tough take on you guys to actually make it to the playoffs.
I agree. I'm not ready for that. It's gonna be tough.
I want to break it down just a little bit. Let's look at the Colts. I think they're going to beat the Giants. I think they are. That's today. The Jags is where I think I feel like the Jags have so much willpower in them. I feel like the locker room is not dead yet, even though they've been out.
They're here to spoil, bro.
They're here to spoil. They're here to bring down the ship. So I think the Colts can possibly lose the Jags. If we're looking for Miami, honestly, Miami's tough. Miami is tough. Jets are defeated. Browns are the only ones that can possibly beat the Dolphins. But not really. But not really. I mean, it's at Dolphins. I mean, it's at Browns.
No.
It's cold. It's cold there.
Cold.
It's cold there. The Browns are a really weird team in that they still have a spark in them. Even though they're out, they beat the Steelers. They have those highlight moments.
To lose.
They have nothing to lose. These are the teams you got to be careful of because
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Yeah. They have nothing to lose, and who knows, man? Maybe they'll play a really good game.
Yeah, you come into these games. Oh, it's an easy win. We're chilling.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, that spark is there.
All of a sudden, they throw 17 touchdowns. And
It's 32 degrees in Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's snowing. It's raining. We all know Miami Dolphins do terrible.
0-9 or
0-9 in cold weather.
Yeah. So, man.
And I think Tua is questionable.
Oh, even better.
I think so. Let's see what it says right here. Doubtful. He's doubtful.
Oh, let's go.
No,
okay. That
doubtful
helps.
is worse. Yeah.
All right. We're good.
Yeah, but I mean, the Dolphins, this is if they want to make it, they need to win both games.
Right.
Their tough game is going to be today because next week they're playing against the Jets. So that's a conversation for another day. Yeah. But I mean, in matters of what the bracket is for you guys, you have a tough take. For sure. Yeah, it's honestly a very tough take.
We're in the end game now. Like, I like how they say that shit. But I saw a thing that says, there's this one reporter or whatever, an analyst. Yeah. He's like, who wants to see Bo Nix over Joe Burrow in the playoffs? Who wants to see Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson over Joe Burrow?
Nope. I'm pretty sure we can all agree that we can all want Burrow to be on the playoffs over Bo Nix or Joe Flacco. But it's not about what we want.
I know.
It's about what they make out there.
It's the script, bro. It's the script.
And you guys haven't made it.
I'll tell you right now. It's my prediction today. If Colts or Dolphins lose today, there's one or the other. Bengals are going to the playoffs. But if they both win today, I'm done. We're done. I'm not gonna bring it up anymore next week. we're done.
Okay.
If one of them goes down today, upset.
One of them has got to go
If
down.
there's an
Okay.
upset today. All right? If. I'm not saying it's going to be. I'm saying if.
Okay.
And then that means the script is right on cue for the Bengals to get that 7th seed.
It's a little too perfect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not. It's an if. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, if that happens, we're gonna have to write a book about this season.
The 4-8 Bengals go 9-8 and make the 7th
make
seed.
it.
Man.
and we're gonna
God.
blame Bo Nix because of his season as a rookie quarterback
Yeah.
because of that situation.
And he's a rookie, bro. He's got the next 10 years to go to the Super Bowl. Let him miss the first one, bro.
How old is Joe Burrow already? 27, 28?
28.
28?
Yeah.
He still have what? Probably 10
Like-
years throwing that ball out there.
I would say like till he's like 34, 35.
No, I think he can be a 40-year-old
Like an Aaron
quarterback.
Rodgers, Tom
I
Brady.
mean, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Eli Manning.
Yeah, I see that.
He's
too.
a pocket passer. So
He's
I
a
guess
pocket passer,
He can
yeah.
last. He won't be getting as many.
Yeah.
He's been using his legs a lot this season, though.
Yeah. Rushing touchdown yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. And then NFC, we have locked in Lions, Eagles, Vikings, and Packers. There's 3 spots yet to be taken.
They have a lot of spots available.
Yep. Rams, Falcons, Commanders, Seahawks, and Bucks are all in the hunt right now. This one's gonna be tough. These
This
games are
one
all
is
tight.
tough,
They're all
yeah.
close. I would like to see the Rams, Commanders, and Bucks make this. I do not care for the Falcons or the Seahawks. I'm telling you that right now.
I mean, most of the spots are already taken, even with the guys that are in the hunt in a way, because couple of them are already like 99% chances of making it.
That's
They
true.
basically just have to win their next game
Yeah.
for something like that to happen. The Rams are like 10-6, 99% probability no matter what.
Yep.
Commanders, they just have to win their game against the Falcons, and then they are in. Either that they win
Oh,
or
yeah.
that they still have a 94% of making it. The only one is the Falcons that have a 50% chance of making it. If they beat Washington, they're gonna have 84%. I don't see. I mean, honestly, I think it's the same thing with like the AFC. They only have one playoff spot available.
Pretty much. I see that.
Let's see. Who do you guys have for today? Falcons or Washington?
Oh, Commanders all day.
I'll take
Commanders?
Washington.
Yeah, that should be free. Falcons are not. They're nothing. They're no threat.
Yeah, so easily for the playoffs, when the NFC is gonna be Rams, Commanders, and Bucks, because the only one with a little chance of making it is the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks, I mean, their next game is against Chicago. Even if they win,
They just
I mean,
played
they already
Chicago.
beat them. Yeah, you're right.
We didn't
Right.
talk about that
And,
game. We just missed that game.
We
Yeah.
don't need to talk about that.
We don't need to talk about the. That's probably why I was like, I didn't even remember that.
True.
Oh,
game
yeah,
happened.
there-
So
yeah, yeah.
That game. Yeah,
that game
that's true.
never happened.
6-3,
Yeah, and the Bucks are playing Carolina today.
which is not an easy game.
It's not an easy
It's
game.
not.
I
Bryce
would
Young
love
ha-
to say that it is, but it's not.
Last year we could say it's a blowout game.
Yeah.
You know, that's this game that the Bryce Young and the Panthers have looked good this year. Second half of the year.
Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard's out. He's out today, so that could make a difference in their offense.
That was the clinch point on that game. Honestly, if Chuba is not there, nothing is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Promise you that.
All right. Let's talk about today's games. So week 17, it's Sunday football. First game of the day, we have Jets against the Bills. Should be a free game for the Bills, we're hoping. You know, divisional games are always stupid and something has to happen. But the Bills are -10. I think Bills take it.
I think they're gonna cover the spread pretty easy.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
the
they should-
Bills might not have a big issue taking the Jets.
After last week's game, I think the Bills need a comfortable, big blowout win
Hmm.
to get that confidence back. I mean, last week was a fluke, 21-24 against the Patriots.
Right.
They're at home.
And they're at home at Bills. It's
The
Aaron
only-
Rodgers.
The only thing that's gonna happen is that Devontae Adams all of a sudden is gonna have a 3-touchdown game again,
Just randomly. Josh Allen for 4 rushing touchdowns.
right?
All right, Titans, Jags, snoozer right here. I'm gonna go with
Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Titans winning this game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think Titans take this game. Bucks and Panthers again. It's gonna be interesting, but I'm taking the Bucks. They're -10. Oh shit! I thought it was gonna be a little closer.
I think it's gonna be an over game.
Yeah, this feels like an
Over
over game.
Yeah.
Panthers, Bucks, offense have listen. They've looked good. I'm taking the Bucks.
I'll take the Bucks as well.
Another,
Comfortably.
yeah, another snoozer. Riders.
Riders.
Raiders.
The Raiders and the Saints.
So Saints is still out with Kamara and Carr.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I'll
Everybody.
take Raiders on this one.
I'm taking the Raiders all day on this one.
Me
Yep.
too. You know, I think the Bears can beat the Saints.
I think they can, bro.
I
That's the
think they
first. That's
can.
your only win you're gonna have.
Bears can beat if Derek Carr and Alvin Kamara are not playing. That's
Yeah.
the only chance the Bears
Yeah,
have
the-
to
the
beat
Bears-
somebody.
this-
honestly,
This Bears team could beat this
Because
Saints
Spencer
team.
Yeah, there you
Rattler,
go.
Spencer
Yeah.
Rattler's not it, man.
That's good.
At least not
man,
this year,
At least
but-
we could beat a team out there.
Yep. And then we got an interesting game at 12 o'clock. Cowboys against the Eagles.
This is interesting, honestly.
We got Kenny Pickett playing. Jalen Hurts is still out for concussion protocol. I can still see the Eagles win this game. Maybe not comfortably. I would say it's gonna be a tighter game than it will be. It's gonna be like a 3-point game.
I
Yeah.
agree. I mean, Cowboys, they got heart. I mean, we just saw it in their last game. They've been eliminated, but I think they're playing out there to have fun.
Yeah, they just get some wins. You know, get their
CeeDee Lamb woke up having a good end of their season.
Oh yeah,
So I think it could be a tough game. The spread is around 7.5. I think it can be closer than that.
I think it's gonna get covered. All right, then we got the Colts against the Giants. I got the Giants winning. I'm just kidding. Upset of the day. Giants take down the Colts. Flacco doesn't have it anymore. No, I think it should be a free win for the Colts.
yeah, absolutely.
Should be a -7.5 seems free, even with Flacco.
Especially with Flacco.
You know,
I
so
think today is going to be Jonathan Taylor 2 touchdowns.
that sounds free. Dolphins and Browns.
That's an upset.
I think it's an upset. I'm gonna go
That-
Browns. It's -3. That's tight for an offensive or like offense like the Dolphins. But you said Tua's questionable or doubtful. Sorry,
Yeah, he's
that changes the
It's
whole game.
doubtful, Yeah.
'Cause I think it's Huntley starting behind him, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it's Huntley. Whoever it is, they're not gonna do with anything. And then 3:25. I'm ready for this game. My boys, the Green Bay Packers against the Vikings.
What a
That's a
game.
tough game.
I think this is the best game of the day. I think it's the best game of the day. This could be crazy for both teams to be 13-4 by end of the season.
That is crazy.
NFC has never had a 3-team 13-4 or 12 or whatever more wins in their division in I think forever.
Tough.
You know, so we have
Tough.
that's a tough division.
That is a really.
I think the Packers take this one.
They're playing in
Yeah, I think so.
Minnesota's house.
They're in Minnesota. I think they're gonna take it.
I think they're gonna take it too. Honestly, I feel like Green Bay, you know, they just had the biggest blowout of game of the season,
Yeah.
and I think that's gotta give you some type of confidence. They've already faced this Minnesota team, and so I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna clinch it.
Yeah, I agree. No, the Packers offense looks good the last few games again. Almost beat Detroit, right? And we know Detroit's fucking hard. I think they're gonna come into this game. Matt LaFleur's gonna do his thing and win this game.
I agree.
I'm gonna call it a 2-point game. I'm gonna say
The spread today seats on -1.
yep. I'm gonna go with it's a 2-point game today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 2-pointer.
I think that might be covered, yeah.
All right.
I mean, it could be Justin Jefferson's redemption game because he's been having a few
bro,
off games lately.
dude, he's been on a heater this last 3 games,
Yeah.
bro. He's been on a heater. He's on my
He
fantasy.
was on a streak of like 7 or 8 games without touchdowns.
yes, and then he came
until
back.
like a couple more
Now
weeks
he's
ago.
hot, bro. He's hot.
He's hot again.
He
So
I need him to get 40 points in fantasy today. So
40 points.
I need 40 points from him today. 3 touchdowns, 175 yards, 1 rushing touchdown.
I mean, yeah, it's the game of the day. So
Yeah, it's the game of the
something
day.
fun needs to happen
It should be electric like yesterday's game.
because nobody's gonna look at 7 p.m.'s game.
Yeah, I'm sleeping. I'm going to bed early tonight. Falcons Commanders should be a free win for the Commanders. I know we say free, but it's a primetime game. Something always happens on primetime.
Kirk Cousins decides to be freaking Josh Allen tonight.
Primetime Kirk. But I'm taking the Commanders.
I'll take the Commanders as well.
Yeah, I think I'll take the
It
Commanders.
should be a
too.
free win. Also, I think Penix is in. It's not Kirk Cousins. So
Oh yeah,
it should be.
Yeah,
it
it's
should,
not Kirk.
it's, that's right. Because I saw it was the thing. It was a rookie versus rookie. Jaden against Michael Penix. So it should be an interesting game. It's gonna be 2 rookies going at it.
Yeah.
His first game or second game with the Falcons starting. So we'll see. And then we got the Lions against the 49ers on Monday Night Football. I'm surprised the spread is very tight. It could be the defense on the Lions being beat up. But I don't see an upset. I'm gonna go with the Lions. They're playing in San Fran, so I don't know. That's why it's a -3.5.
It's a -3.5, but it's an over game.
Yeah,
They're talking about
50
probably
points.
50 games. He's gonna like an NBA scoring kind of. But yeah, I can see that. I think the Lions can take that game easy. 49ers is not an easy take, especially in home. But right now the 49ers are like, I'm done. I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do here.
They have nothing to
They're
prove
trying
anymore.
to take care of their pieces because most of them have been having they have a decent amount of injuries this season. And that's something that the 49ers are trying to avoid,
Yeah.
definitely. So, yeah, I think the Lions can take this game, cover the spread, and probably give away a couple touchdowns here and there just to make it fun and have a nice Monday Night Football.
Yep. Our last Monday football of the year.
Yeah.
Let's
Well
get it.
said. Well said. I agree.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can comment, like, subscribe, share it. We appreciate anything. See you guys next week.
All right. Thank you.
NFL football today.
Sorry.
Yay!
We'll see you guys next year.
Next year.
See you guys next year.